Photographers are like prison wardens. You can easily blame them for all your problems in life. They steal your freedom. They sometimes lock doors, and it's annoying. Doesn't mean if 5 of them came for help, I wouldn't help them.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Blackmagic original with the SLR Magic 12mm 21.6. I gotta be honest with you, I am losing my will to continue even using this damn thing. It's beautiful, not with this lens. Unfortunately, I had to return the Zeiss Magic with the fungus spores ever growing and about to take over my home. So, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get money back for it. The shipping. PayPal's gonna take a cut. Why? So this is my only viable lens now for the thing, and do I really want to pour more money and try to get another magic lens? And it's just so annoying to shoot with the damn thing. Like, what is the point? Like a Canon EOS R is pretty much as good. Kind of. Not really. Are you seeing the side by side? Which one looks better? Should I buy the Zeiss lens back? I'm not going to do it. Was that your question? Hi, Casey. Do you think AI will be able to edit videos like a human and possibly replace the workflow of a good editor? Not in my lifetime. I know it's already there. It's capable of creating like utter trash shows. I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years now, I think. There's something that comes with the feeling of knowing that you produced the whole thing that makes it satisfying. You know what happened. So like, I make a video, I know what to edit, I know what to chop out, I know what to add to make it funnier. Oh hey buddy, what's that you got there? Nikon Z8? Does that have a flippy screen? Ow. Leave me, monkey. T-shirts are available down below. No one cares. All I know is I enjoy the editing process and adding things to make it special. When you hire an editor, even non-AI based, like an actual human editor, you can always tell these shows, these YouTubers who were once like, oh, this is cool, and then they hire an editor, and then it gets all weird. They're adding like movie scenes.
You have to prove that you're not stupid.
Like everything becomes the same thing. It's like, be unique, you freak. So AI is just gonna give you soulless content, which is just like a robot voice reading a robot generated script with robot B-roll. And it's like, what is that? What is this? There's no emotion. Eventually you'll invent emotion, robots, but for now, you suck at your job. That's all we know for sure. For your next Q&A, how do you manage to stay real and spontaneous in your videos? Every time I try to make a vlog, I find myself putting a mask on, like a social mask. And even then, though, I try to test every time. I can't read the damn thing. I'm always playing that social role in front of a camera. It's not easy to stay yourself while filming. You stay real. Or do I? For all you know, I don't. I feel like you master it. Any tips for that? The reality is, as soon as a camera goes on, you change. You're different. You're now presenting. You're this, okay, life is more fun than it is, I promise. And it's just, I don't know, man, like, I am like this. This is me talking, but I don't know. If I talk like this in real life, I'm not always exaggerating. There's no hammers hitting me. Just gotta be yourself. Who is that? The reality is, I struggle with this all the time. It's always a constant wave of like, I know you're watching me because I've made you laugh in the past. And so like, I'm constantly trying to one-up it and be funnier than I am. And it gets like fake at some point. Like, I just catch myself doing it sometimes. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying so hard to be funny? Like, just be yourself. And then I snap back into reality and I just talk as if I'm myself and not this exaggerated person that's, oh, everybody. Person is the wrong word, by the way. That's a fake persona. Nobody cared about that. But I think it's a constant struggle for everybody who makes YouTube videos. Who's the real me? And you become different. If you watch my older videos, like, who is that guy? I don't even recognize him. He's so shy. I want to make a little video. And do I know what I'm gonna talk about? No. And now I'm like this exuberant professional here, and it's like, am I even that? Am I pretending? Like, I don't know. So it's just, I don't know, it's a constant battle, and just Remind yourself to be real sometimes. Don't try to be anything more than you are. Don't exaggerate your show, even though I often do. It feels good to just come back to reality and talk like a normal person and give terrible advice to photographers. I switched cameras for egotistical reasons. Odds of me being in focus, 0 to 7%. I like those odds. What's your question here? Hey Casey, found your channel through the hair loss videos. I need your help deciding best camera for talking head YouTube videos. Confused between XS10, ZVE10, A6400. Oh, you sap my will to live with those choices. Oh, Sony anything. As we're witnessing right now, Sony color science is disgusting and pig-like. You have any idea the tweaks I'm having to come up with just to get a semblance of dignity over here? This is what it looked like with just a LUT. Like red hair. I don't have red hair. I'm not forged in the fires of Satan's lounge. Did I write any helpful notes for you? You have to ask yourself, what lens has fidelity and heart and massive amounts of 3D pop and micro contrast? Are you going to get any on the Sony, really? There's no APS-C lenses. Is it that important? No. It's probably the least important thing, but for whatever reason, after 10 years on YouTube, I want lenses that were made old-fashioned and they have that 3D look, and it's just the quality. It's not all about modern. Anything modern just pisses me off nowadays. So it's like I'm using a Voigtlander now. For Sony, I have mostly Zeiss lenses. It's like, okay, we got something. The Canon L lenses of the past. If I were you, I'd be getting a 6D Mark II with the 24mm 1.4 Mark I. You could not beat that thing for just YouTube talking head. That's all you're doing with it. You know what I hate about this lens? Every time, like the peaking is on my glasses, side rant. But every time I get it back, it's like back here is in focus. What is in? Sony peaking. My eyes are out. Even though they're pink eye, I can still see the red peaking. And they're gone. Like I should be in here. But every time I get the video back, why I'm at 1.2, I don't know. I shouldn't be. But do you see a difference between the Blackmagic quality of the past, where it's 1080p only, 2 megapixels, designed for video, designed to be filmic, versus modern day sharpness, digital imaging? It's like a mathematician designed the thing. He should be thrown in prison. So if it's me, out of all those trash suggestions you laid upon my feet, I don't know, man. I'd probably go Fuji XS20, not the 10. That thing, gross. Like, we've moved past that. Now you have a capable camera. It's like, okay, cool. Fuji XS20, boom. 16mm 1.4, you're done. I would highly suggest you get the 6D Mark II. I miss that thing. I miss it hard. I've never tried it. And that lens, the 24mm 1.4, is a native lens. It just fits right on there. That is exciting. But seriously, I would consider getting the cheapest full frame camera you can get for here, because it's just going to look better. No matter how much I pretend that Blackmagic is filmic and special, this looked better probably. If I could just learn to color grade, then we'd have no issues whatsoever. That really is the skill that I'm lacking and refuse to develop. Was that your question? We're done with you. Do you keep the 4K uploads or just delete them? I shoot in 4K but render and upload in 1080p. What are you doing? It's the opposite of what you should do. Why are you so dumb? If you upload in 1080p, YouTube will crush it. It will look like utter trash. Every time I see a review and I see, oh, he uploaded in 1080p, that's great. I can't tell a damn thing now. This zero chance of me seeing the actual quality of said camera that I was looking for, because he uploaded probably like 10 megabits per second too. I'm doing like 4K uploads, even though I film in 1080p most of the time. And then I'm like H.265 at 80 megabits per second, which is equivalent to like 160 on most other formats. And it's like, then you get like, you're outside with GoPro footage and it's not blocky artifacts in the trees. Nobody cares about a damn thing anymore. So like do the opposite. Shoot in 4K, render in 4K, or shoot in 1080, upscale to 4K. You never upload to 1080, you stupid shit. The one thing I will say about 4K, I usually prefer 1080. Right now we're in 4K. Blackmagic was obviously 1080. 4K seems to give you more 3D pop. I'm just saying, the resolution is real. Like, this lens is kinda soft sometimes at 1080p, but then boom, kind of not soft when it's 4K. Was that your question? Do you keep the 4K uploads? Absolutely not. So when I render a video, I keep that video file, the finished one. I always throw out every source file. I know there's some people, I know Casey Neistat has like a whole warehouse full of cartridges and all his old footage unedited. Sometimes it would be nice to go back and, oh yeah, okay, this is the log. I can color grade it different. Wow, look at that footage, not so bad. I'm not that guy. I'm just gonna keep the finished file and then we're done. All right, last question here. I just stopped down to Tony 2 instead of 1.2. So we can finally be in focus and sharper, and life is good. Was that your question? So is it worth getting the ZV-1F instead of the ZV-1 Mark II? Oh, I want to leave. I just want to run away. I can't believe you're even debating either of those. You know what shocks me? Like, the ZV-1F was the clear bottom budget feeder. It was terrible. Like, they removed anything good. No lens stay, no autofocus. Like, it's Panasonic G100 level with a smaller sensor and a terrible lens with zero 3D pop. The ZV-1 was the higher lineup, but the ZV-1 II crippled it so much that it's basically ZV-1F level. Much worse than the original ZV-1. So, like, if I had to decide, I would obviously pick the ZV-1 II because it has phase detect autofocus. I have to assume that you're getting this for vlogging because there's much better options in here for, like, talking head stuff. You could get a used full frame and, like, blow that ZV-1F out of the water. Why would you do any of these? But if you're getting a vlogging cam, it's like GoPro 11, man. The DJI Action 3, or even 2, or the Sony X3000, obviously. That's your number one pick. The Nikon Z30, like, I've made many videos saying, like, what are the cheapest, lightest vlogging options? Those aren't on my list because they're trash. When your grandfather made a bench, way back in the day, he engraved it. He carved it so the edges would be smooth. You sit down, it's like, oh, that rounded edge doesn't stab into my hamstrings. That's nice. Nice touch, Grandpa. Nowadays, what do you get? A Chinese knockoff bench created by AI with sharp corners that stab your tailbone. Your spine is crooked. Should be a nice little S-curve in that back. Where's that? Nowhere. So ZV-1F? Are you kidding me? Not even close. I'm surprised you didn't mention the Canon V10 in that thing. I would have banned you for 7 hours. I'm gonna leave. The cinema was ours. Voigtlander is your friend. Color science? Not so much. How you doing? Are you buying a Nikon Mimic Monkey t-shirt? They are available. I bought one. You could too. I need a new t-shirt company, by the way. We don't have organic cotton, and that's bullshit. So let me know down below if you have a better t-shirt company that has organic cotton and linen, if possible. You let me know. Subscribe for more videos.